Hello everybody, Sicily part 5. I'm flying solo on this one. I think doing the voiceovers in the top 5 of least favourite things to do for Joe whilst travelling. So we'll see how I get on my own. So first stop is the Valley of the Temples, just below the city of Agrigento. You see them as you go along the road. They look amazing, you just know it's going to be good. So we parked at the bottom car park. There are two. The one at the top only takes cars. We paid about €5 for 3 hours parking, I think. We got a taxi to the top
Gluten-free bar.
because we weren't sure how long or steep or awkward the walk was going to be. I've just listened to this. It sounds awful.
Doesn't.
It did. It sounds awful.
You need me, don't you?
I do. I really need you.
me.
And I've got Paul to do the end bit, so you do only have to do...
I don't mind. It's fine. Look at these lovely ruins. Aren't they? Ruins.
Where were we, Jay?
Temple of Ruins.
Agrigento, which isn't in a valley. It says it's the Valley of the Temples.
Maybe it was
Runs
in
along
a
the
valley.
cliff. Look up there.
Yeah, maybe it was a valley once.
Look at that empty path.
Yeah, and that bloke falling over with no feet.
AKA Icarus.
That's cool, that one, wasn't it? Do you remember?
Won it.
Won it, as we say in Ramsey.
Nice gardens halfway. It's about 2 kilometres, isn't it, from one end to the other?
Yes.
So we needn't have got that taxi at the beginning. Ooh, Statue of Atlas.
That was fantastic,
The
wasn't
Greeks
it?
were very clever. It was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved it.
And this is nearly at the end now, so we've just about finished this little bit.
Oh, there I am. Little Chubster walking back to the van. Where are we going now?
We're off. Back on the coast, and we're needing water and emptying toilets and things like that. Yeah.
Water.
So we found a sosta. They're called sostas, these camper stops in Italy, with a good view and only one other van there.
Yeah. Oh, this is the van, and I parked right close to it, and then they moved, didn't they?
Yes.
It's only
But
'cause
then
it was...
we were on our own the next
Yeah, but
day.
I wanted to be in between the trees.
Quite right too.
Bless.
Yes, and this is more proof that you're becoming a
Cat person, yeah.
cat person, woman, lady.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't like lady.
No,
No.
it's not me, is it really? Anyway, cats, come on.
But the reason we were here also is because we wanted to visit Scala de Turkey, translated as...
Turkish steps.
Yeah. I went for a walk in the evening. You'd walked enough in Agrigento, so I toddled off to get the view of it from the top.
And
'Cause
the evening light.
And the evening light and the
And the
sunset.
sheep.
Yes, they appeared.
Yeah, a lovely sunset, wasn't it?
So the best access to it is from the beach, but I wanted to save that to do it with you, my love. Yes.
Oh, look at that, grey
It was
clouds.
a bit cloudy, wasn't it, in the morning?
But I think it looked like a whole load of ice cream.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a stare of ice cream,
Yeah.
you call it.
Look, doesn't it? You know, especially the way that the Italians do their ice cream in the tubs in layers. Dun, dun, dun.
Walk past everybody who'd actually... What did you do?
I scratched our name into it.
You did?
I did, with some keys.
I was. I didn't know what you were doing. I like that photo, so I'll put that in. And then you seem...
Bizarre.
This is a time-lapse video, and I've kept slowing it down, but you still look like you're skating. Look,
Does,
final
doesn't it?
one, look.
Slip, slide, and away. Zoom, zoom. Really cool though, wasn't it?
Very
But
impressive.
it did look like you weren't allowed to go in there.
It had a no entry
Yeah,
sign. So what did we do?
went in it.
Well, everybody else did, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was the only access, so...
Is this the bit where the... Ah, there it is. It's a white stork or an egret, isn't it? Oh, it's so lovely catching it. Fishing.
And then back up through a bar. We had to walk through a bar area, didn't we? Cat
Cat
person.
person. That was so cute though. What have I learnt though from this? You mustn't feed them when they're near the van and you're staying there overnight because they just meow.
Feed them when you leave,
Yes.
otherwise...
Yeah, they just harass you, don't they? Lovely scenery. Then off to...
Well, just a bit further down the coast, but a bit out of the way and not as touristy as the Stare of the Turks, but it's similar rock formations.
And a puppy, a wild puppy.
Well, the Park for the Night app said someone had been recently, said there
Yeah.
are puppies, bring them food. So what did we do?
We bought them food.
Bought them expensive
Expensive.
puppy food. But only one turned
Only
up.
was one.
So we've still got two or three left.
Yeah.
Or have you been feeding that to the cats?
No, I haven't been feeding that to
Cat
cats.
food.
I've been feeding our Greek dog food to the cats. They seem to like it.
So now we're on our way ultimately to meet Paul and Leslie. We needed to stop for lunch, but we thought we'd go off the big roads
Yes, the scenic route.
and went the scenic route, which was lovely and very pretty, but rather bumpy.
It
wasn't
was, very.
We had one particular bump, which is demonstrated in a little clip coming up. I don't know when we're going to get there, but we stopped at...
This is some of the toils of driving along, isn't it? And what we
Yeah.
have to do at the other end.
Okay, so when we go over some bumps in the van, it all gets a bit chaotic, and what happens to Kate's clothes? Oops.
Yes, that was quite a big oops moment. How many times have they collapsed as much as that?
Not very
3
often.
times maybe, not too bad.
A few times.
So we stopped-
well, they used to do it a lot more, but we put that bit of
Yes.
plastic piping, haven't we, on there?
Yeah,
that
people say
stopped
hang them the other way, but that I can't do that. My OCD won't allow it. So we had a quick stop for lunch, and then we turned up,
it somewhere.
and it's Paul's turn now to do the voiceover.
Okay, bye.
Yay. So we met up with you at Marzello del Valle. You tried to hide. You were about to go for a walk,
We were
and
just
we
about to go
arrived.
walk. You turned up, so I tried to hide behind the bush so you couldn't see us, but we couldn't get away with it. So
We all went into town, which there wasn't much there,
it was
there?
very quiet. There was nobody there.
No.
But it was nice. It was quite nice. But we did go for an ice cream as usual, which always do.
So we went to the Casbah. There's a big Tunisian element here, about
Yeah.
3,000 Tunisians. So this is
As
where
always.
we tended to centre. And they had an art street, didn't they?
Oh yeah, all the shutters. Yeah, people had painted on all the shutters. Yeah, it's
But
good.
none of
Nice.
the shops were open, were
No,
they?
everything
Not
was
till
closed.
April.
Yeah.
And then we got to this shopping street and it just started to busy up a little bit. We're getting the vibe. So we went back to the square and
Had a nice
Had
drink
a-
or 3.
yeah, a really, really good night. It was really fun.
Talking of 3s, Leslie bought 3 pairs of boots for €30.
She did.
And she had been looking for boots for ages, so it was a good night. I
What's the
haven't got to buy
result?
shoes now for 3 years.
Fantastic. All threes.
3?
Yeah, brilliant. Walked home, we woke all the dogs up,
Yeah.
didn't we? And then this is you videoing.
And then we
yeah.
got woken up by this in the morning, by this howling. So I thought I better record it.
Yeah, this is so much better doing it with somebody else. I wish Joe could get enthused. It just doesn't happen, but I'll let
You
you
can
in.
see the enthusiasm in the dancing though.
Absolutely.
It is your song though, isn't it, I believe?
This is our song.
That's it. Ah, and a nice hug.
Yeah. Well done,
And
Paul.
then you were spotted. Being
Yeah.
filmed.
We were.
I like the
Oh,
blanket, that was good.
Yeah, that was good. Right, so we're off again. You're following us. It's been really fun, hasn't
It's
it?
been quite nice
Travelling
not
in
having
tandem.
the camera on and not sat nav, just following
You've
somebody.
tended to follow
So-
us, haven't you? So we set off. We've gone to the salt flats near Trapani.
Yeah.
So we did 2 salt flat stops. This is the first one near a little island called Mozia.
Mozia. Yeah.
And that's what the salt flats would be like in the summer. But we've only got winter shots. So that's the island, very small. But it was a cute little boat ride out, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. The next day we went for a boat ride. It was quiet during the day, and then Sunday evening on the sunset, we got bombarded with Italians.
Yeah,
who
lots.
come to see
Well,
the sunset.
the town I've just been into now for a cycle ride is really busy and
yeah,
full.
yeah.
It was a 15-minute boat ride across to this tiny island. I think, what did we pay? €14 each
Yeah.
for the boat and
I
to
think
be
it
able
was five for the boat trip and 9 to actually go on the island.
to... Yeah, and
It
the
was nice
museum and
island, it's good,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good. And walked all the way round the edge of it. There's the island, very small. But it was a lovely day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Weather was gorgeous.
It's perfect for.
That was the
walking.
only hill on the island you had to walk up.
And then we went to the cafe, but it was closed.
Yeah, we were so relying on that. It took
we
45
was.
minutes to walk round. We'd booked to be picked up, so we'd left ourselves half an hour, 45 minutes
Yeah. So we just
for a
had
coffee.
to sit there. Yeah.
Yeah. But then the boat came and took us back.
That was a nice day. Oh, and then we got bombarded about paying for parking that wasn't
Yeah, this guy was trying to tout for
pestering us.
parking.
Yeah. Joe fed the dogs.
Yes.
And then we watched the rugby and got very depressed.
Yes, that was just... Who was that? England versus...
England, France, was it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
England lost. So that's everybody turning up for the sunset.
Yes.
And then on again, following... You can't quite see it, Paul, because it's in the middle and the thing's covering it up, but following a little
Oh, the other
tuk-tuk.
salt flats. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the museum, which wasn't open. Google said it was, but it wasn't.
was a lovely, lovely place. It
Lovely
really was.
spot. And you were able to walk round to the tower.
All the
That's
salt
Trapani
flats.
in the background.
Stunning sunset again. And
Really
we walked
good.
to see the flamingos,
We did.
which
That-
pleased Joe.
That on top of that mountain behind Trapani, which will feature in the next video.
That's it.
But yeah,
There's the
those
salt with
roof
the roof
tiles
which we
sitting
never
on-
knew what they was for.
No, the previous place we couldn't work out why there were stacks
No.
of tiles. It was to shed the rain off the piles of salt.
But it was a lovely place. It was very, very, very peaceful.
So we walked about half an hour. Someone had told us about this body of water, hadn't they?
Yeah, yeah. Joe didn't walk though. She went back and got her bike.
Yeah, it was a bit too far.
And ankle was playing up.
Mm.
And there was the flamingos.
Fantastic seeing them fly in,
it's
fly out.
amazing, yeah.
Haven't got a good enough camera really, but it gives us idea of what we were seeing. Really lovely.
And there was a duck that Joe got really excited about.
But we can't remember the name of it.
A
We're a
digger
bit
or a
hopeless, yeah.
shovel or something.
Oh, a shoveler was it? And there, yeah. So
Oh,
Joe,
and then
Joe tried to cycle back at walking pace, which didn't work. So you
I
decided
decided
to
do
walk
the
race walk
race walking.
at Joe's
Well, I
pace.
thought it was an Olympic sport. I think it used to be, but it isn't anymore.
You did well.
But they did laugh at me.
Yeah, Joe shot off and got back early and bought some salt.
And the man was selling salt, yes.
Fantastic salt.
Leslie and I have been looking for salt that we bought in France 2 years ago, everywhere, and this man had some citrus salt, so we bought that. And look at that sunset. That was stunning.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful.
You don't know till sunset whether it's going to be a good one. You just
No,
but
and
that's
it
it.
can change in 5 minutes. It can be completely
Yeah,
different. Is that it? We're done.
it is. We don't. Oh, thank you, Paul.
What is Joe's problem?
You might have saved the day. Well, you have saved the day. Thank you very much. Yes. So,
Arrivederci.
arrivederci from Sicilia.
Ciao.